Hello everyone, and welcome back to AC Gaming, Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, Shadows of Am Explainer video, Arcane Spells of Level 3. Okay, I know it's a bit of annoying cave you've seen before, but after this video we'll do a bit of walkthrough. And I decided to, before we finish this game, to do a bit of a watcher's keep, so to get as many levels as we can before the final battle in Throne of Baal. Technically the levels we got now, it's Throne of Baal levels. Throne of Baal is the final bit of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 saga of Child of Baal, yeah, Abdeladrian in our case, and in case of the book it's been written on. But you can create male, female, any available race, any available class for this race. It's up to you. Okay, so level 20, Abdeladrian is 24, 15, 17, 16, 15. Yeah, technically it is a bit high, even for Shadows of Am, but it's only a little bit left. But I thought we never went through the magic in details, and it's a lot of magic in Baldur's Gate, especially Baldur's Gate 2 game. It's a lot of magic and it needs explanation for those who don't know. So that's why I, as best as I can, showing you doing these explainer videos. Okay, let's go, because that will be a bit of a long one. Because Aeri is in priority, who will learn arcane spells. Divine you don't need, as long as you got level 3 divine magic available. That's all the spells cleric can have, all of them, same as druid. So about divine magic is easy, but arcane though, that's divine spells. Arcane though, no, look, 23 spells I counted before I hit the recording button. 23 spells, I believe that is all. So 1 and 2 is 21. Third level is 23, will be even more later on. So Arcane, I will see how long this video is gonna be, but later on I might split the Arcane explainer videos about magic. We will see. But we got 2 mages, so that helps. Okay, let's get started. Start from Imoen, and the first spell and first on the list will be Clairvoyance spell. That's divination level 3 arcane spell. Range special, yes. Duration instant. Saving throws none. Because this spell, all it does, let's read. The Clairvoyance spell empowers the wizard to see in his mind the geographical features and buildings of the region he is currently exploring. It extends to a great range but cannot reveal creatures or their movements. So technically, in other words, it removes all the fog of war from the aerial map. So this,
consider it done.
Yeah, every time formation changes, it switches to this one. I need to move this here, will be easier. So we are in Forest of Tethir, which is over here, and that's the location where the game final will start. But first we need to get back to Elhan and bring him the lantern from Bodhi. Yeah, and that's where the game final starts. But that's why I'm not rushing with it. So it's nighttime, but you see fog is here, fog of war here, a bit here. Clairvoyance removes all of it, but it's worth doing when you are not sure.
I'll help however I can.
Have you been to all the areas that are darkened or not? So that's why, well, that's what it spells for. Otherwise you wouldn't know where you have been, where you haven't. That's how I use it. You use it how you want, guys. Excuse me. Did I miss anything? Looks like it, yeah.
Yep.
Imoen got Clairvoyance, sorry. And
What
I
do you
looked
want?
at Aeri's spell list. Yeah, Clairvoyance, that spell. I just read about it, let's do it. And all it does, and I showed you that before, but in this explainer video, I'm showing it to you again, and all the fog is removed. So the whole, this area of Forest of Tithir with gigantic trees is visible for us now. See? It's nighttime, I know, but you should be able to see what I'm talking about. No darkened areas. Even the areas we couldn't reach, they will be darkened, but we know you are.
See me now. I'm still here.
So, yeah, so that's how it removes all of it, and you can see the whole area pressing M button, which is aerial map, not world map, but aerial map. That's how it works. It says it doesn't work in dungeons, but it technically does. In some games it doesn't, like Icewind Dale, I think, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we are done with this spell. That's why we can remove that. The next one. Yeah, let's finish with Imoen. The next spell, it's protection. So, useless or useful, 50-50, up to you. If you can't live without this spell, then probably you need it. But I think you can live without this spell, and it's not necessary to have it in wasting your spell slots. So this spell doesn't help you in battle, but it does help you on the to see what I just showed you. That is all. So not the most important spell. Let's move forward. The next spell I want to show you is Minor Spell Deflection, and that's an Abjuration School of Magic spell. Level 3. All of the arcane spells will be level 3. Yep. Duration 3 rounds per level. That's how long it lasts. So Imoen is high, 14th, so you can multiply 3. Yeah, on, well, it will be enough for a battle for sure, if not more. Casting time 3, area of effect the caster, and saving throws none, so it works automatically. This spell is similar to the 6th level spell, Spell Deflection, so that's minor one, which causes the spell cast against the wizard to be absorbed and consumed. This spell affects a total of 4 spell levels, including spells cast from scrolls and innate spell-like abilities, but excludes the following area effects, yeah, that are not centered directly upon the wizard, which is very logical, as well as area effects that are stationary, such as Cloud Kill and Stinking Cloud, of course. As long as the spell is cast directly at the wizard, it will be absorbed. This spell will only affect up to 7th level spells, but if it tries to absorb a spell that goes over its limit, the spell will fail and the spell deflection will be cancelled. For example, if there is only 1 level left and the 3rd level spell is cast at the wizard, the spell will be absorbed while cancelling the spell deflection. Yep, let's demonstrate it. Shall we? Imoen?
Ready and willing.
Yeah, that spell. That it looks exactly like cloak that Keldern wears that protects you from Ray of Beholders.
Something up? Gotcha.
Okay, and we will test on Imoen
What can I do?
some spells, arcane spells. For example, Male Sexidero. Let's quick save before that. Yep. Spell ineffective, and Imoen stands like nothing happened, and she doesn't have any protections on her against exit or whatever. It's that spell, yeah?
This is a lot more exciting than any circus.
But if we cast, what can we cast again? Another Melf Sexidero. Let's see. Yep, so 2 Melf Sexideros and spell is dispelled. So it can hold 2 quite powerful ones. Yep.
Time to move?
So that's what this spell does. Or magic missiles can hold 3. I think 3 magic missiles. So pretty useful. Pretty useful. I wouldn't ignore it. So good absorption spell. Protection spell. Another spell I would like to show you is protection from normal missiles. Very good spell against normal missiles, which is non-magical, non-+1. Arrows, crossbow bolts, bullets, darts, throwing daggers. Yep, against that. Duration 1 hour. Area of effect obviously 1 creature. Caster or any other allied. Saving throws none. You can read that and pause. I just told you what it does. Yep, yeah, throwing axes I forgot to mention. Yep. Against magic missile, lightning bolt, it doesn't protect. Arrows +1, bolts +1, crossbows, and so on and so on, it doesn't protect. Only against normal ones. Which is cool. Especially against goblins, some orcs, or I don't know who else, if you know exactly who is firing normal missiles at you, at your mage. And that time you can deal with archers, casting some nasty things on them. But if you know exactly it's normal missiles, yeah?
Yep.
Let's demonstrate it. And that's how it looks. We cast on Emo and herself. That spell can be cast on others too. That purple cylinder surrounding the mage with that sound, as you can hear. And... oh! Actually, Valigar?
Aye? Something you need?
Something I need indeed. No, there wouldn't be any normal arrows on the ground, but let me check something.
I can hear you well.
Quickly, I'll pause it. Yeah, so what I did, Keldorn is good with crossbows, and I found normal crossbow bolts on the ground, here in the cave. Yep. So, Imoen,
Name it. Good to go. Now I
Keldorn,
remember
Aye,
why
as you
traveling with
wish.
you was always so much fun.
Good is on our side this day.
and what do we see?
Sight. None of
Keldorn
this
shoots
sound.
at Imoen, and Imoen has nothing. So Keldorn wasted already 5, 6. Yep, that's what it does, guys.
I'm certain. I'm
Impressive, isn't it? Enough.
None will see
Beauty
you
so
now.
be it.
Keldorn, it's enough. Throw this away, you don't need that. So that's what protection from normal missile does. Alright? Next spell!
Ready and willing.
That is done. Okay, next spell is summon monsters level 1. I see, I showed you many times. So, for example, if Surrend on level 3 spells got... no, actually level 4. Divine Druidic is level 4. Animal Summoning, level 1. Is 4th level spell. We are not there yet, so we wouldn't look at it. Level 3 Arcane Magic is summon monster summoning level 1. Conjuration Summoning spell. Range 120 foot. Duration 2 rounds plus 1 round per caster's level. Casting time 4. Area of effect special, obviously, because saving throws none. Monsters will appear anyway. Read and pause if you want. 3 hit dice monsters, there is a 60% chance of receiving 1 monster and 40% chance of receiving 2 monsters. Yep, until expires or until they are slain. That's simple. You've seen plenty of times how I do that. Great tactic against enemy spellcasters,
Pick something up?
and I showed you that as well. Monster summoning, level 1. Let's do it. Yep. And we got monsters. One is... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Which dog? Rabbit dog. Yeah. And Kobold Commando is also a monster who got fire arrows, who shoots fire, yeah, arrows. Doesn't matter. So
Time to move?
we've seen that. That's all. They are weak, yes. They will hardly kill anyone, especially from strong ones. But against enemy spellcasters, I showed you that tactic plenty of times. Against enemy spellcasters, that's the best way for enemy spellcasters to waste their powerful spells. Remember, and I showed you that, and will show again. Remember. Great tactic instead of risking your party and experience very bad spells on you. Yep. Okay. Enough with Imoen. I know she got one spell left. It's called Remove Magic. Okay, let's read. Abjuration spell, that is. Instant duration, 15-foot radius. This is the combat version of Dispel Magic. It will only affect opponents, though. Yeah, only opponents. If Dispel Magic affects everyone in the area, allies, that one is only for opponents. Remove Magic dispels the magical effects upon any enemies within the area. This includes effects given from spells, potions, and certain magical items such as wands. It does not, however, affect enchanted magical items that are equipped on our foes. No. Same is vice versa on us, yeah? The chance of the dispel succeeding is determined by the level of the caster and the level of the magic being dispelled. The base chance of successfully dispelling is 50%. For every level that the caster of Remove Magic is above the original caster, his chance of success increases by 5%. For every level that the caster of Remove Magic is below the original caster, his chance of success decreases by 10%. However, despite the difference in levels, there is always at least a 1% chance of success or failure. Thus, if a caster is 10 levels higher than magic he is trying to dispel, there is only 1% chance of failure. Similarly, if the caster is 4 levels lower than the magic of the he is trying to dispel, there is only 10% chance of success. Intuitively, this spell is almost useless if the target is 5 or more levels higher than the caster. See? While this spell dispels the individual effects of Grease, Web, Stinking Cloud, and other such spells, it does not dispel the area of effect. There we go. Why cast that on just on enemies to dispel Grease, Web, or our Stinking Cloud on them when we want it to affect them? That doesn't make sense. Anyway, okay, I wouldn't cast it because we don't have enemies unless I will go and check, but I wouldn't waste time, so I think description was enlightening enough. You can try it yourself, guys. Yep. So we've done with Imoen. Let's move to Aeri. And Aeri got certain spells. So let's start from non-detection, actually. Yeah, this spell. Abjuration spell, level 3, touch, range, yep. Casting time area for one creature, saving throws none. Yeah, so basically non-detection is when enemies try to think that you're invisible, spying on them. They cast any sorts of detect invisibility, and that helps you to be detected, not to be detected. Read and pause if you want. Yeah, clairvoyance, locate object, ESP. It's not guitar's ESP, no? I hope not. detect spells including invisibility, purge. Yep. Divine spell that was in previous video. It also prevents locations by such as magical items as crystal balls and ESP again. Can't remember what ESP is. It's some... Ah, medallions. I think I know which one it is. It does not affect the no enlightenment spell, though. Yeah, okay. Okay, so... I wouldn't waste too much time on this spell. For example...
Take a fast pause.
For example, Valigar got non-detection.
I'll aid you if
But
I
because
can.
of his equipped cloak. That one, yeah? Cloak of non-detection. Read and pause if you want. Yeah. Same as that spell, but cloak is permanent while equipped and spell is temporary.
What can I do?
For example, if... Just a second. If... Aeri will drink potion of invisibility, and somebody from enemies will try to cast what is mentioned above, like detect invisibility and all that related spells, so Aeri will still be invisible. And you can see in her effect list here. Who I casted it on? Don't get it. Magic resistant. Ah, non-detectable here. Yeah. You might not see it. Yeah, it mentions here non-detectable. So if she will drink potion of invisibility, this potion, that one, yep. And someone from enemies will cast any spells to detect invisible characters like us, because we are enemies for them. Aeri will stay invisible. That's all it does. I think explanation is good enough. Try it. Try it. Okay, let's move forward. Offensive spells now. Okay, another touch spell. So I showed you in previous Arcane explainer videos, Arcane magic explainer videos. Chill touch, you've seen how that works. That's a weak spell. Gold touch is much better. It paralyzes. Vampiric touch, though. Let's read another necromantic spell. But you have to come close to enemies and hit them with it. When this spell is cast, the target loses 1d6 hit points for every 2 caster levels to a maximum drain of 6d6 for a 12th level caster. Yeah, so Aeri is higher. Which level she is? 15th. Yeah, cool. So, but wouldn't go more than 12th level caster. Yep, so 6d6. These hit points are added to the caster's current hit points, with any hit points over the caster's normal maximum treated as temporary additional hit points. The temporary hit points last for 1 hour. Aha! Note, this spell may not be cast multiple times to radically increase the caster maximum hit points. No, you can't have thousands. Okay, let's see. Bear. Uninjured. Yep. Vampiric touch. Ah, we cast it right on Bear. We don't need to cast it on ourselves first. Yep.
I'm certain I'm out of sight.
Yep. Huh. 18 magic damage and the bear is unsummoned. So another one will be unsummoned as well. Yeah. Oh, perfect timing that was. But 18 damage was cast. Yep, that's what this spell does. Don't cast it on yourself. Yeah, because it is confusing. So on enemies. Aim it on enemies. On hostile creatures. Right, next one. Let's hope it will work. While Imoen got some protections on her. Like protection from normal missiles. Let's read the description of Spell Thirst. Abjuration spell, that is. Yeah, range, duration instant, 1 creature, saving throw, no saving throws against that. Okay. When this spell is cast at a target creature It will dispel all of the spell protections of 5th level and lower affecting it. That's very cool. This includes the following spells: minor spell deflector, minor globe of invulnerability, spell immunity, and minor spell turning. The target's magic resistance, if made, does not affect this spell. Remember, that's really cool. Spell thirst. Let's try on. No, because Immune doesn't have any of the listed above spells. Spell immunity. Actually,
what do you want?
wait.
Need something?
Do we have anything? Yeah. Minor spell deflection we have. Spell turning, spell shield. That's 5th level. Minor spell turning again. Let's emo and cast it on herself.
Name it.
And Aeri will try to dispel it with the spell. And now...
I'll help however I can.
And now... let's cast Spell Thirst and see if it works. Yes! See? It dispels that protection. Minor... what the spell was... minor spell deflection. So that spell, other protection spells that are mentioned on the list, on this list, are getting dispelled. Yeah, globe as well. Spell immunity, minor spell turning. Yeah, so these spells are getting dispelled by Spell Thirst of level 3 arcane spell. So it's a good spell when you use it in the right time, in the right moment. Okay, so the next one. The next, unfortunately, that wouldn't, it's an incredible spell, but it wouldn't work against the allies, I'm afraid. So, let's read about it. Area of effect. Yes, it's an aerial effect spell, but it works only against the enemies. Yeah, so a slow spell causes creatures to move and attack at half on their normal rates. It negates haste, but does not otherwise affect magically hasted or slowed creatures. Slowed creatures have an armor class and attack penalty of -4. Creatures save at -4 versus spell. So it's a great spell to slow down your enemies and their attack speed and everything. So everyone just becomes slower. I'll leave this spell for now. And let me show you the skull trap.
What is my task? Very well. I'm certain I'm out of sight.
So
none will see me now.
Skull trap.
What can I do in bare
It's like a trap. It's like a glyph of warding. Similar. Yeah, glyph of warding you've seen in previous video, and skull trap in this one. Let's read about it. When this spell is cast, the skull is thrown by the caster at the target area. The skull floats at the area until a creature comes within 8 foot of it. When this happens, the skull is triggered and explodes, damaging everyone within 11-foot radius. The damage inflicted is equal to 1d6 per level of the caster, or half with successful saving throw versus spell. When casting this spell, it's wise to set it far away from the party, lest they set it off accidentally. Yep, so it affects both.
This is all right.
And we cast it, for example, as a trap. Yeah? If we know that enemies are coming, let's do this. Yep. And it will stay there forever until a random kobold will decide to pass. Yeah, magic damage it does. In case of Kobold, it did. Even though Kobold Commando saved versus spell, it still received 22 magic damage from Aeri because she was the caster. So good spell, but you need to know in which cases to use it well. I'll try to show it later on how it works against the enemies. Not slow. It wouldn't work against against the allies. Okay. Thinking what else? Yeah, there will be some other spells to show you. Okay, so Melf's Minute Meteors. It's a very good evocation attacking spell, especially against the creatures that are immune to normal weapons. Read and pause if you want. Yeah, it's an unusual magical weapon, this one. +5 bonus to the attack rolls. Yep. Each meteor bursts into 1 foot diameter sphere upon impact. 1d3 plus 3 points of damage plus an additional 3 points of fire damage to an enemy creature's attack. 5 missiles per round. Okay, in this case, I
am here to serve.
Let's summon polar bears.
I'm certain I'm out of sight.
Mountain bears. And Aeri will cast this spell. Yep, very good spell that. So she got 15 Melf's meteors, and let's see how it works. Obviously they don't like it, yeah?
I'll do my best.
But it should work against the enemy.
I won't let my friends be hurt.
Yeah, only 2 to kill the... So it's a great spell, as you can tell. Yep, and another 2 left. That's it. And then she goes melee. So that's how this spell works.
You need something? If you're sure.
Okay, slow. Let's leave it for later. And now I'll pause it and see what you haven't seen. See, Dire Charm also will work only against the foes. Okay, let me pause and show you the spells you haven't seen yet. Yeah, actually it wasn't true that monsters don't appear in this cave. If you sleep on that side, the werewolves appear during your sleep. That's what I just had. Okay, so
Yes?
again, just Aeri for the final bit of this video. So the spells I'm gonna show you, the spells, sorry, I wouldn't show you. I will just read the descriptions. Is Detect Illusion, and Dire Charm, and Slow. For that, I need foes and specific ones. For example, Slow works against almost anyone to slow down, but Dire Charm, it's predominantly humanoids. But let's read about it. Detect Illusion. When cast at a point designated by the wizard, the spell will cancel all illusion phantasm spells of 3rd level and lower in the area. Oh, that's pretty useful when, once again, when you know how to use it and when. For example, spells that affected by this area are Reflected Image, yep, Invisibility, Mirror Image, it's protection spells for mages, and non-detection, actually. There we go. It is important to note that the caster can control just who this spell affects. Therefore, it will affect only creatures that are not in the caster's party, which means enemies or maybe even neutrals. The area of effect roughly 15-foot radius around the target. The target's magic resistance, if any, does not affect this spell. Pretty good, but you need to know how to use it right. Illusionary spells, protection spells include, like, that's illusion spell, yep. Invisibility is illusion spell, mirror image is illusion spell. Vocalize? No, that's alternation. Abjuration. So 3 illusionary spells of level 2 and, well, but that's offensive, meaning defensive spells. Reflected image, there we go. Abjuration. No. As well, abjuration. Conjuration, summoning. So basically, yeah, these protection spells from enemy mages. That's what this spell does. Detect illusion. Yep. Dire Charm. That's enchantment spell, and that's better than first level Charm Person spell. So Dire Charm does a bit more stuff. Effect 1. Creature saving throw negates. This spell works the exact same manner as Charm Person, with one difference. There is no saving throw bonus. Dire Charm affects any single person it is cast upon. The term person includes any bipedal human, demi-human, or humanoid of man size or smaller, such as brownies, dwarves, elves, gnolls, but elves are resistance almost 100% to enchantment spells. Half elves, goblins, halflings, half orcs, yeah. Here is the list. Thus, a 10th level fighter could be charmed, but an ogre could not. The person is allowed a saving throw versus spell to negate the effect. Yep, so once again, the difference between charm and dire charm, there is no saving throw bonus. Bonus, so it just works or doesn't. But for weaker one, there is a bonus of saving throws. That's all it does. Technically the same charm, but better one. Well, Dispel Magic, you've seen how it works. It's an aerial effect, and it affects foes and allies. From good and bad effects, both. That's, I showed you Dispel Magic. Keldorn got it as
ready.
ability, because he's an Inquisitor, yeah? Okay.
I'll help however I can.
Okay. So, Dispel Magic. There it is, actually. Okay, the spell I will show. So, hold person, hold undead. It works only against foes, hostile, hold person, obviously. Anyone but not animal, monster, or undead, because hold undead is this one. That's hold undead spell. Right? And that's living creatures, humanoids, to hold. You've seen how it works. I showed in one of the previous videos hold animal how it works. So that's exactly the same, these two. That's against undead. That's against not undead, against the living humanoids. Read and pause if you wish. You've seen hold person how it works, and enemies like to cast it against us. That's an enchantment spell. Yep. Undead creatures cannot be held, but here, there we go. Undead creatures, there we go. Yep. Yeah. So that spell cannot hold undead, but this can. Long story short, yeah. Okay. Next spell I want to talk about and show you is Ghost Armor. Very good spell for mages. Much better than Armor of first level spell. Yeah. Where is it? There. So Ghost Armor is different. 1 hour it lasts, casting time quick. By means of the spell, the wizard creates a magical field of force that serves as a it were field plate armor class 2 when armor is much less. It is cumulative with dexterity bonuses to an armor class. Yep, that's important. In case of fighter mages with the shields bonus, the ghost armor spell does not hinder movement, adds no weight or encumbrance. Yeah, because it has no weight. It's a spell. Nor does it prevent spell casting. It lasts until successfully dispelled or until duration expires. Okay then.
What can I do? Faster than take a fast pause.
She got armor class -2. And casting shield spell. That's how it casts. And -5. So it gives bonuses. And it absolutely invisible and weights nothing.
I'm certain I'm
because it's a spell, so Aeri is protected by the shield, but if enemies or ourselves will cast dispel magic too close, the spell we talked about. 1 second.
This is a lot more exciting than any circus.
Yeah, I should have this dispel magic. There it is. For example, something like that. No, it didn't dispel the shield, but... So, this spell I just showed you dispels many bad effects as well as good effects. But not all the time, so if we read about dispel magic once again, it's same as cleric spell. Level 3. Yeah, exactly the same. There's no difference. I read it to you before, you can read and pause again if you want to. Ah, so 50% chance. It might be succeeded, might not. Yep. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, so we're clear with that and with that. So, another spell I wanted to show you is Haste. So Haste, basically what it does, it hastens the whole party. Not just as an oil of speed that hastens one character, but lasts longer. But Haste spell hastes the whole party. Let's read about it. 3 rounds plus 1 round per level. Extra attack per round. Yep. Yeah, it's an aerial spell. 15-foot radius for allied creatures. Yeah, it negates the slow. And slow negates the haste. There we go. Let's do it. So you've seen the
What is
normal
my
speed
task?
party
Consider it
moves
done.
with, apart from Keldorn and Abdel Adrian, because they are hasted. But these four are got normal speed. After the haste spell,
Yes.
after this one, doesn't matter. Yep, look.
On my honor, I will do my best.
Being underground is just not for the Avariel.
Yep, so that's what haste does. Click save. Another spell I want to show you is... so we've done with that. Obviously Fireball. So Fireball I showed you before. Let's summon some
I am here to serve.
creatures, monsters, for example these ones.
Not you. Not you.
Swan.
I could do no
And
less.
that will be Cave Bear. So,
I'll help however I can.
Fireball, what it does. It's obviously evocation spell. All evocation magic is attacking magic. Magic of the elements. Yeah, Fireball. Read about Fireball, but I showed you plenty of times before, if you watched my walkthroughs, how Fireball works. Yeah, 10d6 maximum. Oi. Half damage if saving throw is successful. And how Fireball works I showed you, and enemies did on us many times. Let's do it. That's how Fireball works. But obviously Cave Bear had save versus spell and took 17 fire damage from Aeri. Yes, Fireball affects and allies and enemies. Well, obviously.
What can I do?
Another spell. So we've done with Fireball. Another spell I wanted to show you is Lightning Bolt. Careful using this spell, especially in closed facilities. Also evocation spell, which means attacking spell. Yeah, sorry guys, distracted a bit. Yep. Careful, because it bounces, ricochets from the walls, lightning bolt, and that's why I'm not a big fan of using this
Sully in
spell.
Bearvan's name.
For
It
example,
shall be done.
let's step
Yes?
aside
Yes. I'm certain I'm out of sight.
and use
None will
lightning
see
bolt
me now.
against the bear. It's a dangerous spell to use if you are not protected from electricity, but if you want, you can risk it.
All right.
See? Well, obviously, it ricochets like that. But we are okay. So 40 electricity damage. It's better to be protected from electricity if you want to
What is it that you
survive.
ask?
And another animals to summon. And obviously,
These places can host the
another bear.
harshest of nature's creatures. They will not suffer intruders gracefully.
Okay, that's done with. Flame Arrow. Conjuration, though. It's also attacking spell, but conjuration. Same as Mel's Exit Arrow. It's not evocation, it's conjuration summoning spell. Yeah, and where is it? Flame Arrow. Flies on 60 foot, duration 1 round. Casting time 1 creature, area of effect, so full damage or half a damage if saving throw is successful. Read and pause. Yep, let's test it on the bear. No, that's certain.
You need something?
Obviously you've seen it before. And it killed... Oh my goodness, it killed it instantly. Flame Arrow. 10 fire damage. Piercing damage. 8 fire... Oh my goodness! Triple damage it had. It's because of her level. Let's read about it again. Honestly, now I'm confused. So, inflicts points of piercing plus 46 points of fire damage. But we had 3 damages, piercing and fire, and all different ones. Every 5 levels beyond the 5th. 2 bolts on 10th level and 3 on 15th. Right! That's what I didn't pay attention on. So it was 3 because she's more than 15th level mage. To be more specific, 15th level. That's why triple damage. Whoa! Awesome. Scrolls though, guys, as single use, does classic damage with no bonuses. If you use scroll as a single use. Forgot to mention that. I will mention it again a couple of times later on. Okay, so we are done. Which spells we didn't go through? Hold person, hold undead. It's enough explaining. You've seen how hold works. If you watch my walkthroughs, you've seen it plenty of times. And how it works on us when enemies do that on us. So hold person, that's against undead, exactly the same. Lightning bolt, you've seen that. You've seen minor spell deflection, monster summoning, yes. Protection from cold and fire. Okay, I wouldn't do that. But let's read about this spell. So basically what it does. 1 turn per caster level. When the spell is casted, complete invulnerability to normal cold attacks, and same will be here with fire. Magical cold, absorbing 50% of all damage. 50 dealt by such magical sources. That's exactly the same, but fire. There are better protection from cold and fire. Which one? This one. Fire, 2 scrolls, and for 12 hours you're complete immune. Yeah, these green protection scrolls, and that's cold. Yeah, same thing. It's cumulative. On 1 creature, 2 scrolls, and you're complete immune for how long again? For 12 hours from cold. You can even have a full night's rest and still have 4 hours. You can counter a battle in next 4 hours having these protections. Okay, so I believe that is all. I believe so. Yes, the rest I showed you. Yes, I did. I did. Okay then, what Imoen has? Yep. And Aeri will have protection spells. Why protection spells? And 2 slows. It's because we got hell of a lot of scrolls needs using, and wands and everything that's 4th level. Okay, I believe that was interesting, guys. Thank you very much. Later on will be walkthroughs. So another level 4 divine and arcane magic I'll show you in different location. Not to annoy you with this cave for too long. So that was arcane magic level 3 explainer video. I hope it was enlightening. Once again, any questions, please, please, please feel free to write it to me, ask me, and I will explain in more details any specific spell you are interested in. So, what is coming up? Walkthrough of Watcher's Keep. I need to deal with this labyrinth. It's very annoying level of Watcher's Keep, that labyrinth, but I'll try and do my best to pass it. And then will be something very important, including raising our permanent statistics.
On my honor.
Forever, like books in Baldur's Gate 1 game. In this game it will be 2 options. So, Watcher's Keep, or in Throne of Baal if you like, and very end of Shadows of Am this game. Yeah. So it will be more increased of everything for our main character. Okay guys, that is all. Stay on the channel, like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. And for now I'm saying goodbye and see you later. Don't forget, I also do Baldur's Gate 1 Enhanced Edition Evil Party walkthrough, so have a look at that. And finishing this game, do explainer videos, so it's plenty of stuff I'm doing that will be interesting for you to watch. Once again, any questions, please ask me. Okay, enough of me chatting. See you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.